Hello everyone. I have a fun linen haul for you today, doilies and linens, and I just wanted to share them with you so that I can kind of look at them and show you what I got. Also, I got these on Marketplace, and the funny thing is the lady that I got them from, she had them hanging on wooden hangers, and I love those old-fashioned wooden hangers. And I thought, is she a crafty lady getting rid of her craft supplies? I'm going to tell you a story about that in a minute. But look at these beautiful doilies, you guys. I'm going to move them off so there's not so many in the camera here, but it is really high up and there's lots to share with you. There's over 75 doilies, and then there's other things as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I hope everybody's doing great and you are getting some crafty time in. I am really excited because I wanted to like look at these when I got them from the lady, but I kind of felt like, man, I got to do a video on this because I need to appreciate what I'm getting here and also show you guys what Marketplace has to offer sometimes. So I have to tell you the funny story also. So as I was talking to the lady, she said I was number 4 in line to get the doilies, and I told her, okay, well, let me know, if it doesn't work out with the lady. And she goes, but the lady said she can't come until Wednesday. And I said, oh, she said, so technically, if you come right away, then they're yours. Well, I tried to schedule it, and it was kind of getting late, and she was going to bed. And so I scheduled with her the next day, which was Sunday. And I'm so glad I did because she said, I have more to share with you. And I didn't know that this was going to be so popular. I have like 15 people that have messaged me about these doilies. And I said, I know. So I was so excited, you guys, because I got all these beautiful doilies. And I can't tell you, we love looking at doilies. So let me move these aside because I have also the linens here and some other things, and I will be cutting these up and making things with them. So kind of wanted to get an idea of what I even had. I honestly did not even look because she did a video showing the doilies and I didn't look at the details. I just saw doilies and I said, oh my gosh, I gotta have them. And so I was the lucky winner because I got there the fastest because a lot of times on Marketplace these people will tell you they want to get rid of things right away. And they get stiffed every time, and people say they're coming and then they don't show up. So yeah, I know how she feels. Her name is Sharon. So hi Sharon, if you're watching. So we became friends, fast friends, talking on Messenger. And I asked her, I said, why in the world would you be giving up all of these doilies? And she said, I thought I was a crafter, but I can't really figure out what I want to make. And these are just piling up in my house, and, I need to clean up. I need to get rid of some things. And I said, oh my gosh. I said, I almost feel so guilty taking these from you because these are so beautiful. And like I said, I didn't even look at them. I just said, I want them. So look at this, you guys. Look at the details on this. So anyway, I started talking to Sharon when I got there. We hit it off right away, and she was showing me her stash, and she's getting rid of more. And I said, before you get rid of everything, I said, now I still want my doilies, but think about this. Do you really want to get rid of all of your things? Because maybe I can show you how you can fall in love with your linens again. And I said, I have a small YouTube channel. Maybe you can go look at my room tour video. And I show quite a lot of things in my room tour video that you can see. And, maybe you'll be like inspired to make something. So she said, okay. She says, but I don't know. She said, I'm doing a lot of different things with my time. I'm retired, but I do a lot of things with animals. And she said, I don't know if I'll be able to ever commit to, making these things I wanted to make. And she said, my time is limited now. And I said, okay, I honestly feel really guilty about taking these from you. But okay. And I told her, I said, how about this? I'll make you a little sampler when I start cutting these up. And she said, oh my goodness. She said, that would be wonderful. She goes, nobody's ever, done such a nice thing for me. And I said, well, I love making samples of doilies and pieces. Look at that. She cut them in two, like a book. You know, I always use these as books, you guys. Like this idea right here, she had two together. And when you fold it in half, it makes a spine right there. See? And then you have a little doily book to make a cupcake doily book, right? So anyway, we were chatting and she's asking me, do you like this type of thing? And I thought she was trying to sell it. And I said, you're not selling all of this, are you? Because she had ironstone. She had beautiful vases everywhere filled with beautiful dried flowers from her husband. And I said, oh, I do that too. And we just had such a great time. It was so much fun. And she lives about 20 minutes from me. And so and she lives about 10 minutes from my daughter's house. So I thought that was really cool. And, you know, I'm showing this again because look at this, you guys. Look at all the detail on that. Look at those cute little squares. You know, I would cut all these little squares out and use them for embellishments. And then I would cut these pieces out and make them as, you know, pieces in a doily book or a fabric book. But anyway, so as we were talking, I said, yes, I have a passion for wedding dresses and old linens and things like that. And I said, I just get so happy with these in my space. And then I showed her my coffee bags that I have all my embellishments in. And she said, oh my gosh, I love that idea. And so she was messaging me on Messenger, just telling me, I said, are you still going to get rid of all your things that you wanted me to come back and get? And she's like, I don't know now. She says, I'm kind of looking at my stuff now and thinking maybe I might keep it. And I said, I would be so happy if you did keep it, because if it brings you joy, do not get rid of it, because, you know, we love these pieces in our space, right? And it adds so much nostalgic touch to everything that we make. And so I think I convinced her not to sell everything, and that's okay because I got a beautiful selection of some of the prettiest doilies, and I'm very happy with that. So, and I made a new friend, and I thought that was really fun, that she likes what I like. She wanted to recover a sofa. She said, I discovered I can't sew either, and I said, well, me either. She said, I was trying to make a little cover for my couch, and she was showing me the couch that she's trying to recover. And then when she saw my craft room and she saw all the white furniture, she said, now I want to paint all my furniture white. And I'm like, oh no. Oh, that was so funny to me. Oh, these are so pretty, you guys. Oh my goodness, I can't stand it. The amount of details on these doilies. And I know a lot of you guys don't cut your doilies up. And I don't either, unless they have a purpose, right? Because we have to, you know, like fold them in half like this, or make them a flip like that in the journal. There's lots of things you can do with them. But some of these I would cut like these little flowers. These are like netting on the flowers. They're just so pretty. Love that. Wow. I didn't want to take the time because we were talking so much. So I didn't want to sit here and look through them and then maybe she'd change her mind. I was hoping she wouldn't change her mind after I got there. But I said, well, if it's meant to be, she'll give them to me. But yeah, she had more that she was going through. And I said, well, make sure that's really what you want to do before getting rid of them. And she had a lot of people say in her messenger, they were messaging her and saying, next, next, next. They all wanted the doilies. And I was so thrilled that I got these. I think there's a bunch of these because I think I've showed you guys multiples of those. Wow. Those are so pretty. And these right here, I love the edges where you can like fold it over. So you could take this part and fold it over and cut down the squares. That would be so pretty. I would keep it attached to the two squares like that. And then I would cut. I don't know. I'd have to look at that one and see what I'd do. Isn't that so pretty? Look at this one. Oh my goodness. See, now when I look at this doily, I'm going to turn it this way so you could see how many embellishments you can get out of one doily, you guys. Isn't that amazing? So these circles right here and these little swirly-doos are one embellishment. Then you've got this little twist here. That's another. And these are hearts right here. If you cut right here and right there and in between the hearts, then you have embellishments here too. And these are the types of things that I put in my coffee bags that I have on display in my craft room. So I was telling her, hey, if you are going to keep your stuff, I said you might want to look into sorting your things in these coffee bags because they look so pretty in your space, and it'll help you to see what you have. So she said she was going to order those coffee bags, and then she loved the envelope idea, putting things in envelopes, beads and embellishments in there. So I'm glad that I could help someone though, because crafting is therapy for us, and I love crafting so much. Sometimes I lose my mojo, and I don't like that when I lose my mojo. So I'm trying to stay focused here, and that's getting my pieces in organization. Like I will sort through all these doilies after I get off a camera and how many I have of the same ones, and they'll go in those the coffee bags. See right here, I started sorting more things in coffee bags right here. See these little, I got those there. I'm working on my next kit, club kit, and so I have things in bags so that I can see what I have. And then I have all these little bits that I've cut. I just have this thing about cutting. I don't know if you guys are like that, but I love cutting stuff up and making it work in multiple ways. Like this right here, it could be a frame. Cut the flower out and it's a frame. So that's really fun to do. And I have all these that I started cutting on. I will, when I put these in kits, I always trim the edges off. But as you can see, you see the little heart right here? Anyway, just a little side note there. Those are so fun. And I'll do the same thing with hers. And see here, these are like hearts right here. They make pretty dangles, and you can make jewelry pieces out of all these hearts. Can you just see that? Adding these hearts into adding a jump ring here at the top. Or you could even use one of those ribbon clamps and clamp it. And that would be so cute hanging on a ribbon clamp. Some of these are just like great backing pieces for the journal. And then some of them have this really pretty detail on it. Just gorgeous. All the work that people did on these. And I'm repurposing them because I'm giving them new life. But some of them have holes, some of them have stains, but we love that. There's another one that was like the one I showed you. There's another one of those. This is one of my favorite type of doilies. These little flowers with these kinds of things here and the flowers right here. Look at those tiny little buttons right there. Those look like buttons to me. Those are little buttons. Yes, they would be so cute made into buttons. And then this to me is a bigger button right here, this piece. Look at all the details in that. Love it. And I don't know if I have all 75 in here because like I said, she had a whole bundle of the doilies and then she added more. So I got more than what I came for. Oh, look, there's more details. Look at these. Look at that tiny piece right there. Isn't that so pretty? Right there. Sometimes we cut these things up and we don't see these little bitty pieces like that. That would be so cute with a little pearl in the center and add it to a cluster. Look at all that. So Sharon, if you're watching, wouldn't that be fun to get the pieces of this, and I can make you, like even this right here would be so pretty in a journal. Just half this piece right here. There's 4 pieces here. So this piece would be so pretty on a journal page. wouldn't it? I need to get a piece of paper so I can give you a visual too. Let me see if I have a piece of paper over here. Just to show you. We fold our journal this way, or you can do it tall and skinny. So depending on which way you would run it, it would be pretty as in your journal. So here's folded in half. It could be a cover. Look at that. Part of a cover. I would want this dangly bit hanging down. Something like that. And then add some more embellishments over the top. That would be so pretty. That's so fun. Okay. And this one here, look at this one. Oh my goodness. Look at the detail on this. It's so delicate, you guys. Oh my gosh, I love that. Oh, that's a person there. Is that an angel? Something. I don't think I could use that image. That looks weird to me. I don't know what that is, but anyway, it looks like a snake or something wrapped around a body. That's what I see. Yeah, see, I see people here. See, there's the piece that's coming apart, but guess what? We can use that. And I love it. And then this is all linen in the middle. And she irons these. So I think she told me she likes to iron her linens too. So a lot of these are already ironed because you could tell there's a crease there. And she had them hanging on the wooden hanger. Those old vintage wooden hangers I love. I have a collection of those myself. Okay, so this one has birds. Yep, there's a bird right there. And this one has a person, right? I wouldn't use the person, but I would take something and layer over the top of this person here, or cut it out and use it in another way. Like I see a little piece right here, almost looks like a fleur-de-lis pattern. And then the birds, not crazy about those birds, but that's just me. Kind of look like a, well, that one's okay. I guess that's all right. That type of bird, I don't know. What kind of bird is that, you guys? Do you remember what that is? Anyway, a couple of those with the birds on it. And then we have this one. I'm pretty sure I've been through 75 already. I didn't count them as I went along, but these little knots right here could be a dangle. Lots that you could do with these pieces. So I think I'm going to make Sharon one of these, a sampler book actually. That's what I want to make. I think she'll like it. I think it'll make her happy. And look at this, that beautiful rose right there, and then this piece right here. So there's roses, this little piece right there. It's just beautiful. And of course, if you just fold it in fours, then you have a beautiful piece to go in a journal as well. So if we just fold that in fours, and then you fold it in half, either use it this way or this way. It makes a really pretty page. And this is a perfect size right here, because here's a sheet of paper, so you would want something almost like the size of your sheet of paper. So you could fold up your papers and cut your papers up and put papers inside for your journal page. I'm gonna sit down. Oh, I can't even sit down, I forgot. I have all these linens on my chair. Okay, hold on, you guys. I got more to show you, so stay tuned. Okay, I'm just sitting down so I can hold these in my lap. Okay. All right, so we got this right here, this stack ready to go. And look at that. This one has like a butterfly, I think. I think that looks like a butterfly, doesn't it? Does that look like a butterfly? Yep. This is pretty too. I like to cut these and make them into trim. They make beautiful trims, or fold it in half like that on your page. That's beautiful. This one here is all crochet. It's kind of a heavier material. I got to show you this pile in a second. And same thing with this one. These I would just cut up and use in snippets, you know, as a backdrop type of thing. Cut them up in pieces. And these are just layer doilies. I call these layer doilies. These are the ones you really don't see, but you use them as a layer. Or you could make them 4 pieces, you know. 4 pieces would make a little booklet. That'd be cute. Or if you really like to make big books, you could just fold it in half and it would be like that. Oh, look at this one. Oh my goodness. Yes, and I will sit here and cut up all of these too. Look at those individual doilies right there. Aren't they so pretty? So you have to cut here, 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 there. Once you start cutting though, sometimes it's hard because you can't figure out how it's supposed to go, but this one looks pretty easy, this pattern. So you could cut it, I could cut it in 2s here. See, because there's this right here that connects it in the middle. Cut straight down, cut it in 2s, whatever. Cut it in 4s. That's really pretty. Love it. I am so thankful for Sharon, because if she hadn't posted this on Facebook, I wouldn't have got my hands on it. Look at this. Okay, let me turn this around because I think this has more pattern to it. Oh, that is so pretty. Look at that. Oh, that's angels. Look at the angels, you guys. Okay, so I think it has, it's a big, huge tablecloth. I think it has angels all the way around the edge, like in the corner. Looks like there's 4 corners to this one. Right here, see? Well, not 4 corners, but you know, different. Oh no, here's another pattern. Oh, that's pretty. I like that one. There's another one. I'll have to study this one to see how I'm going to cut that up, because I like the details like this. I'm trying to show you how it looks because I'm not going to open it all up, but that right there. So I guess it has just a couple angels. Yeah, I like the flowers. They're so pretty. That looks like poinsettia. Is that a poinsettia right there? Could be. Okay, there's that. Now let me show you my pile that I just showed you guys already. Let's get this in the camera here. Look at this, you guys. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, I love it. I'm in doily heaven right now, you guys. All right, so let me move this off and let me bring some more to you. Okay. Now, I couldn't have found all these at a antique shop, you guys. This is just such a cool find. And there's more in my lap. Oh my goodness. Look at how beautiful. So these are, they look like placemats, I believe. This would make a beautiful journal cover just the way it is right here. But I would probably take this and fold it in half like that. So I'd cut it in half the short way, then I'd fold it this way, and then I'd lay it over this way, and that would be a book cover. Wouldn't that be so pretty, you guys? Love it. And I think there's more than one in here. Yep. So here's a piece of paper again, because I always need a visual on sizing, kind of, you know, to get an idea. So here's your 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, and it would make a beautiful cover for the inside of a journal. Look at that. Gorgeous. Okay. So there are more of those. One. This is the second one. Is that a different one? Let me make sure that's not different. I think this is different. Yep, this is a different one. Let me see. It's got a different motif in the center. Nope. Nope, they're the same. Okay. Those two are the same. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to fold all these back up after I get off camera. Oh, this is cute. What is this? It looks like this was tea dyed. It has right here where I could stick something inside of it, like a string. It's stitched right at the edge and going across here. Almost like a little mini curtain. It's so cute. Okay, and then here's another one. These are all like table napkins. This one. So we've got this pattern. Pretty. This one. I love Battenberg, you guys. This right here would make a cute journal page too, right here. Just this part. It'd have to be ironed, but that wouldn't be much to iron, that little piece there. I have an idea on how I want to display these. I'm going to see if it's going to come to fruition. My idea that I found on Pinterest that I want to do with all of these linens, because I love going in antique shops and seeing how they display everything. And I took pictures several years ago when I went to some antique shops with my daughter, and they had them hanging on a white chain with clips, and mine's going to be a little bit not a chain, it's going to be like pearls hanging down, but that's the idea anyway. Well, we'll see how that goes. But I have to figure out how to hang it in the ceiling, like with a ceiling hook or something. We'll see. I also saw it on a mannequin where you just clip them to the mannequin, and it's a metal mannequin. You can get those mannequins on Amazon, the metal ones. Oh, this is pretty. I love the color on it. Look at that detail. So this is like flowers in a bowl. That's so pretty in the corner too. I love this swirl. So pretty. So that's on both sides. Beautiful. Okay, and this one. Look at those pretty doilies there. That's going to take some work. Look at trying to figure out how to cut that right there. I don't know. I might be cutting it in squares. We'll see. I love getting these flowers for embellishments though. See how it's all together? And I try to find the easiest way to cut these things up, because I can cut things for days, you guys. I love making little bits of things. Oh, this is a really neat one. I don't know if they call this Quaker lace. I'm not sure. But it's got like a cloth material and then this lace pattern. And, oh, look at there. The fleur-de-lis. There's got to be another one of those. Let's see. Yep. There's another one. Looks like they're all ripped. Or is that the same one? They're all ripping. Oh, there's one. You guys, I love this pattern here. I have a couple fleur-de-lis that needs to go on my wall. Some I got from the thrift store. Yeah, that's pretty. This is all stiff, so this would be great for snippets. This fabric. I think she starched it too. Or I don't know if she bought it that way, but it has this really nice starched material there. That's really cool. And then all these flowers can be cut out and used as backers. All this fabric can be cut. Fun. Okay, this looks like a curtain. Oh, now see, I love adding curtains to my space too. So this is a white curtain with crochet. And look at how pretty that is on the edge. Isn't that pretty, you guys? Love that. Okay, and then there's another one of those. So there's two curtains. Yay! I love when there's a pair. So you can put one on each side. That whole symmetrical thing. Ooh, that's pretty. More Battenberg. I love this color too. This wheat brown color. Tan. This wheat right here, and then this tan color looks like tea dye to me. It's so pretty. That's a nice long table runner. This could be cut up in several pieces. See that? Yep, that's pretty. And then these are just white with a little bit of lace on the edge. And these are great for backing pieces too. Sticking out of the journal because they have this edge here, so they'd be great for the flips in the journal. Okay, and here's another one of those tablecloths that has the basket weave. Nice, two of those. Wow. Ooh, this one's really soft, you guys. Oh my goodness, this is my favorite. Ratty and Tatty. Look at that. Can you see? It feels like silk and it's stretchy. Oh, that's amazing. Love that. Love the feel of it too. It feels like lingerie, you guys. Love it. It's almost like it's a scarf or something. It has that really nice feel about it. Anyway, I could sit here and touch linens all day. All right, and then this one here is got this kind of pattern. And this one also feels like it's linen. Has a really nice texture to it. Like almost a stretchy, but it's linen. It might not be linen. It might be polyester or something. I don't know. I didn't even look to see where some of these linens, like if they're in France or anything. Okay, and then here's a bunch of doilies. These are nice. Just the pattern right here. You see that? So these are not my favorite to cut up, I'll be honest, but I do cut them. See, you have to cut all the way around these. This right here, you have to cut all the way around the holes. Okay, so there's that pile, and I got the last pile here, you guys. I don't even know how long this video is, but I kind of wanted to see them for myself anyway. Look at that one. Oh, that would be a cute little booklet. Look at that. Fold it in half and you have a page. Yes, I like that. So imagine if I made Sharon something from every one of these pieces. That's like over, oh, look at this one. That's like over 100 pieces here. Oh my goodness. I love this. This is so pretty. I love the material on that. Look at the tiny little flowers in the center. Oh, that's so pretty. I love this trim here. Like I could make that into a trim. I think that's what I would do. If I don't put it on in my craft room, I would cut right above the stitching here and just go all the way around and make a trim. That would be fun. That is gorgeous. Okay, what else we got? More doilies. I didn't realize there were so many doilies in here. I mean, you know, big pieces of doilies like placemat size and bigger. Thought they were all little doilies. This one here has like this really rugged looking edge. That's perfect for journals. I want to say this is one of the same that I just showed you guys earlier. And then it looks like we're got several of these too. Look at the flower on this one. It's raised up. I love when they do the embroidery too. Oh my goodness. This is so much work, but it makes such a pretty page. Cut that in half and make a page out of it. Fold it in half. And it's a pretty page. Like that. Is that the same? Yeah, it is kind of the same. Some of them are more wrinkled than others. That's okay. There's another one of these. I think I showed you that earlier. Isn't it amazing how many different linens there are out in this world? It blows my mind that, you know, these are so full of history, these linens. And the fact that somebody did all this work. Because you just don't get this anymore, you know, in shops, like, you know, regular shops. You have to go antiquing or Facebook or eBay to find this type of stuff anymore. Yard sales don't even carry them anymore that much. At least not my yard sales that I go to. Or my thrift stores anymore. You guys, I have to tell you this story about Goodwill. I don't know if you have the same problem at your Goodwill. So you remember how you used to be able to get something for $1.16 or $1.06? So the price increased to $3. Poor lady in the store was talking, and she's like saying to the worker, she says, you know, it's just not fair. I'm a teacher. I have to buy all my supplies. And she's like, and they want to charge me $3 for a wooden ruler. That's ridiculous. And the lady's like, I'm so sorry. I just work here, you know. And she's like, oh no, I'm just kind of complaining to somebody. I know that it doesn't really help to complain, but she says it's just so sad that Goodwill has gone up in price. And it's true. The wedding dresses that people used to get for like $20, $30 are now, you know, $100, $120, and even half price or $50 or $60. So I haven't bought any wedding dresses in a while because Goodwill doesn't really have any for a good price. And I only buy them if they're a decent price. Back in the day, I used to spend $80 for a wedding dress. Oof. That's crazy. But I just, you know, if I wanted something, I wanted it. And now I'm just like, I'm not paying that. If I don't have to pay that, I'm not going to do that because I'm a crafter. And, you know, you have to have reasons of what you're going to do with these things sometimes. Yeah, these linens are giving me happy feels, can you tell? I'm just piling them up everywhere. Oh my goodness. Yeah, my husband went with me and he said, go have fun. I'm going to wait in the car and watch the football game. And I said, okay. 30 minutes later, I said, I got to go. My poor husband's sitting in the car. She said, oh, he should have came in with you. I said, oh, he doesn't want to listen to all this babble that we're talking about. You know, although he does love me getting craft supplies and finding what I love. He knew how happy I was to get these. He's not the type that's going to ask me, what are you going to do with that? He just knows I love it. If it brings me joy, it brings him joy. I'm so happy that he's like that, though, because I can't imagine not being able to bring my craft supplies home. This one is gorgeous. Look, you guys. Oh, 2 more of those beautiful. Look at that. 369. I can get 27 pieces out of the squares right here. And then cut these pieces off. Oh my goodness. That's going to be fun. So, yeah, that's going to be really fun to cut all this stuff up. And this just has that little corner there. This is a lot of linen. This is great for snippets because linen, you can just, you know, add your snippets to them and go. And let's see what else we got here. Where did that paper towel come from? That's pretty. It's just got one little motif there on the front. It's pretty though. I would probably just cut that and use it on something. Just the motif in the middle. This one here, another one of those. Wow, there's like 4 of these in there with the little flowers on it. That might be a trim or something. It's pretty raggedy. And we got this one, another one of those. This one, another one of those, and that one. Lots of duplicates. This one is a heart in the center with a house. That's so cute. Love that. This has lots of duplicates, you guys. I'm just gonna lay these back down here so you can see the pile. The beautifulness of this. Oh, I love it. Now I have to go put them away and decide which ones I want to cut up and which ones I want to just keep for a while and not touch. Oh my goodness, this is beautiful. Look at all this, you guys. I don't know, did you count while watching this video? Did you count how many I showed? I don't know if I'll be able to count. If I count them all as I'm talking, maybe I'll go back and put how many there is here, just so I know. Because look at this, you guys. This is just the pile I just showed you, and there's another pile I had to set on the floor. Isn't that amazing? So that is my haul from Marketplace, Facebook Marketplace, and I am so super happy that I got these beautiful doilies. And Sharon, thank you so much. I'm gonna love these so much, and I'm gonna take good care of them for you. All right, thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you're having a great crafty day. Bye.